All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Vinyasa Flow. My name is Lindsay. We're gonna start in a mountain pose. So feet could be a little apart or closer together. Maybe the big toes touch. We'll lift and spread the toes out a few times as we settle into the floor here in our feet. Palms forward, heart lifted. Feel free to close the eyes. And just feel the body, observe the body. We can start to breathe in through the nose. Maybe exhale out of the mouth. And just settle in. Welcome. Happy Sunday. So grateful to be here with you all, sharing this space, this virtual space, coming here together to move, stretch, be present, breathe together. Couple more breaths right here. You can spread the toes a couple more times. Never really do that too much as you spread those feet out. We can keep the eyes closed, but we'll bring the palms together in front of the heart or place the hands over the heart, taking a moment of gratitude on this Sunday morning or noontime for some of you. What are we grateful for? Bringing gratitude into our heart, into our practice. This practice of gratitude is a great way to change our perspective, change our approach, change our thinking. And it is always available, always here to just drop in and find that gratitude wherever we are at any time. Beautiful. Slowly open the eyes. We'll release the hands. And we'll stay in our feet here, just moving the arms with the breath. So on your next inhale, let's take those arms up. You can reach up, look up. We'll bring the palms together. And then as you exhale, just release those hands in front of the heart. Doing that a couple more times. Let's inhale. So ground down into the feet as you reach up, look up, palms come together. Exhale, lowering those hands down through center. One more like that. Inhale. Really find more length here as we reach up, press into the feet. Palms together. Exhale, release. All right, now let's come into a fold. Inhale those arms up. We'll swan dive forward. Reach through the heart. Feel free to bend the knees a bit and come into that forward fold right here. Bring the feet apart a bit or as much as you like. Bend the knees. We'll ragdoll. Let the head, shoulders release. Feel free to grab opposite elbows. Hang from head, shoulders, waist, letting that torso hang heavy. Couple more breaths. And then on your next inhale, hands can come to the shins. We'll create a flat back as we lift the heart forward, belly in. And then exhale, let's plant the hands, step back into our plank. Feel free to modify, I almost said. Modify by releasing the knees. Hold there in that plank. Press into the palms, nice and strong around the shoulder girdle. Core is strong, legs are strong. Let's inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. We'll lift up into Cobra and let's hold there in Cobra. So you might not come up very far, just lifting the chest part off of the floor. You can press into the hands a little bit. We'll gaze over that right shoulder. And then center, gaze over the left shoulder. Center. So really pressing into the pelvis. One more time on each side. gazing over the right shoulder. Then center, gazing over the left shoulder. And center. Release that heart, chest to the floor. We'll press up and back. Now your choice, child's pose or down dog. Taking some breaths. So I'm going to do a little bit more modifying today. Still not feeling 100%. So I'm just going to take it a little easier, but I'm giving you the option to take it further. And usually I do that throughout the practice, giving us different options to work with because every day is different. Some days that energy level can be low, but still coming to the mat and getting that movement, that stretch, that breath is so beneficial. So a couple more breaths wherever you are, child's pose or down dog. And if you're in child's pose, let's make our way to down dog. And we'll inhale, gaze forward. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands, halfway lift right there, flat back. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. You can roll up or flat back. And we'll come back to that standing mountain position. All right, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Moving one breath, one movement, sun salutation A. So inhale, next inhale, take those arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into our plank. Feel free to lower knees or full plank, lower all the way down to the belly or hover, hugging those elbows in. We'll take it into cobra or up dog. Hold there, over the right shoulder and center, looking over the left shoulder. We can do this with the breath. Center, one more time, right shoulder. Oh, it feels so good to stretch side body there. And left shoulder, center, and then lower down, up and back, down dog or child's pose. 3 full breaths. Forehead could come to the floor in that child's pose. In our down dog, you could pedal out the feet, shake out the head. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. Make your way to down dog. If you're not already there, we'll inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. Inhale. Take it back to that mountain pose. Exhale. Let's do round 2. This will be our second, or it's really 3. Round 3. Inhale those arms up. 1 breath, 1 movement. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Knees could come down or full plank all the way down to the belly. We will add that gaze over the right shoulder. So lift the heart forward, gaze over right shoulder, center. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Gaze over the left shoulder, center. One more time each side, right? Woo, center, left. Center, lower that chest, up and back, down dog or child's pose. Breathe right there. Ooh, look at this full house. Happy Sunday, everybody. All right, we're taking into some standing poses here. So if you're in child's pose, come to down dog. From down dog, we'll lift that right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, let's bend the knee and open the hip here. So reaching that right heel towards the left glute. You might circle the right foot around. And this could be in down dog or from like a tabletop position where that left knee is on the floor. Beautiful. One more inhale, straighten that leg. Oops, yeah, let's do that. Straighten that leg. Exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands. Come on up to crescent lunge. So we're on the ball of the back foot here, arms extend up. Feel free to lower that back knee down. Find your balance. Pretty good opening for our hip flexor here on the left. So find a little more space through the spine, reaching out through the arms up. We might lift the gaze. And that opens up our belly, hip flexor more. Inhale there. Exhale, let's take it into warrior two, back foot flat, front knee bends even more, and we'll open our arms out wide. Yes. Reaching forward and back as we sink into the front knee. And our shoulders are over our hips here. We don't want to reach those shoulders forward or back. Find a nice center, and then extend the arms from there. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, we'll turn towards the left and come into a goddess position. So toes out, heels in, and then we'll sink low into that plie squat, is what we call it around here. Find our cactus arms right here. Hold. We're going to start to move with the breath, or feel free to just hold. So here we go. Straighten up as you inhale. Feel free to lift the gaze. As you exhale, you sink low into that plie squat. Inhale, reach up. Straighten legs. Exhale, plie. Couple more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, maybe sink a little lower right here. Beautiful. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squat. Woo, feeling the fire start a little bit. Warm in the body. Inhale those arms up. We'll take it back to warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, reverse. That right arm reaches. Find some length. Exhale, take those hands down. Step back into our plank. Chaturanga to the belly or hover. Up dog or cobra. Down dog or child's pose. Take it back. Couple breaths. Breathe right here. Check in. Notice right to left. How does the body feel? Kind of one-sided a little bit. We'll take it into that other side. So here you go, from down dog or tabletop, that left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Reach that left heel towards right glute. Maybe circle the foot around. Both directions. And then next inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands. Come on up to that crescent lunge. Your variation. So back knee could be lowered. Arms could be extended or more cactus arms, or even hands on the hips as we work our balance. Maybe lift the gaze, open that chest. Open that belly, hip flexor. Beautiful. One more inhale here. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Back foot flat. I'm gonna flip it around. Back foot flat. Sinking into that front knee. Gazing forward over the front fingers. Getting those shoulders over the hips. Okay, one moment. I'll be there in just a second. Couple more breaths right here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, straighten that leg and return towards the right. This time coming into that plie position. Hold right here. Feel free to find the cactus arms. And we're just going to hold, adding a little bit of heel lift. So that right heel could lift right here and hold. Maybe sink a little deeper. Ooh, this is where we feel the fire. Warm it up. Beautiful. Hold, breathe. And let's lower that right heel, lift the left heel, hold, maybe sink a little deeper. You got this. Breathe. Beautiful. Release that left heel. Now both heels, if you'd like, lift. Maybe sink a little lower. Oh my goodness. Breathe. Hold for 3. Lift those heels. 2. And 1. Great job. Lower the heels, straighten the legs. We'll take it back into that warrior 2. Left toes turn forward. Sink into the front knee. And then inhale, reverse. Left arm reaches. Find that length. Inhale. Exhale. Take hands down. Step back. Chaturanga. Or not. You could just take it back into that down dog. Child's pose. Tabletop position. Breathe here. Check in. Observe once again. Notice your breath. All right. From your down dog, we're going to take it up and work a balance pose. So from your down dog, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump the feet. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. And then feel free to come to a wall or chair, have a chair if you need it. We're going to work a little balance. So when you're ready, that left foot grounds, spread out the toes, and we'll take the right knee into the chest. So find your balance right here. This could be one that we do with a strap, and I'll show you with a strap, just in case you want to bring one in, or a belt, or scarf or towel. I'll show you that option. But first, our first option is just knee into the chest. And then what we'll do is start to open it out to the right. Finding that balance, maybe a hand to a wall or chair. Gaze comes over in the opposite direction. So next option is to straighten this leg. Reaching for the big toes, peace fingers around the big toe, or one big toe here, and then taking it out that way. But that standing leg is super strong no matter where you are. You could use the strap around the ball of the foot. Not one you want to really rush into, which I'm trying to do here. So straps into the right hand, and then we take that leg out to the right. So those are the options. Finding what works for you. And then eventually that gaze comes over the opposite direction to the left. And that knee in, bent knee is perfect. So wherever you are, a couple more breaths. Shoulders over hips, rather than leaning back or forward. Beautiful. And then inhale, take that leg back to center. Hands come to the hips, either straight leg or bent knee. Hold there for 3. Again, shoulders over hips, 2. And 1. Release. Ooh, that standing leg. Shake it out. All right, here we go. Other side. Ground down through the opposite foot. Left knee comes into the chest. Find your balance. Or you might know you're going to get the strap or peace fingers around that big toe. Beautiful. Hold here, one more breath, and then we'll take it out to the side. Bent knee or strap, or we have that big toe. Here we go, out to the left. Open that leg out. You may take your right arm out for a little counterbalance, which I didn't say on the other side. And then maybe taking the gaze over to the right. Next challenge would be shifting the gaze wherever you are. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. We'll come back to center. Keep that leg straight, hands to the hips or bend the knee, hugging that knee in towards the chest. Hold for 3. Belly in, 2. And a 1, release. Great job, shake it out. And then we'll take it back to the top of the mat, back to the floor. Here we go, inhale those arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Chaturanga to the belly or hover, elbows hugging in. Up dog or cobra, chest lifts. Down dog, take it back, rest. Or child's pose. And then let's everyone, after a couple breaths in down dog, make your way to that child's pose. And we'll come into a wide knee child's pose. So room for the belly, space to get a little lower into the hips, taking those knees a little wider. Forehead to the floor, the back of the hands. And then we'll go ahead and extend the arms forward if they're not already, and we'll walk the hands over to the right. So child's pose, side stretch right here. You might reach a little further with that left hand or place left hand on top of right. Stretching left side, couple big breaths. And then inhale back to center and over to the left. Stretching our right side, making any adjustments to deepen that stretch or just make it feel like a release rather than a holding on. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, walk those hands to center, and we'll walk the hands in towards the knees because we're going to come into a squat here, or we're going to come into a crow arm balance. But I'm going to give us a option to play with the squat position. So we'll just come onto the feet, take the feet about hips width apart, toes out, heels in. And then we can bring the elbows to the inside of the knees, palms together, and just work this squat. Now, if the heels are lifted, you could always bring something under the heels, blanket, or even roll up your mat a little bit to kind of cushion the heels, because in some of our bodies, that's just going to happen. And you could bring some support there. Or you could even sit on like a couple blocks or like a bench of some sort for support. So working this squat right here, or we're going to take it into crow, which hands come forward about shoulder width apart. Great way to start is this malasana squat pose. You'll walk your feet together, lift the hips, and then bring the elbows to the back of the arms, as high on the back of the arms as you can, and then squeezing those knees. So it's like your legs are hugging your body. A little squeeze, giving your body a squeeze with the knees. And then we'll lift heels, start to rock the weight forward and back. So those fingers are spread wide. And then eventually we might rock forward, start to lift one foot, maybe both feet off the floor. And some days it's just working that balance, that rocking front to back and getting comfortable with that. Because we all have that, just not wanting to fall on our face, right? So that takes a little time to work through that fear, start to trust our strength. Really engaged in the core, wherever you are along that crow. Couple more breaths. I'm coming back to the squat or working that crow a couple more times. In that squat, try to lengthen the spine. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, release. Come out of the crow. From crow, you could jump back into chaturanga and work through a vinyasa there. Otherwise, we're just going to come to our seat and extend the legs out, or feel free to take another child's pose for a couple breaths. We'll come into a seated forward fold here. So nice straight legs, feet flex slightly. We'll lift those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, come forward, folding over the legs with extension in the spine rather than the rounding. Work that extension, heart reaching forward, arms reaching or hands reaching to the calves, ankles, or feet. About 5 breaths here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll go ahead and come out. Make our way onto our back with a little core engagement. So you could keep the legs straight. That'll be a little more challenging coming back, or bend the knees. Really hug that belly in, and we'll slowly lower onto our back. Strong in the core as we do so. Great Pilates move right here. Slowing it down. And then bringing the knees into the chest. Release the lower back. Maybe a little massage for the lower back as you rock your knees around. Take an inhale here. Exhale, knees over to the right. You might straighten the top leg. Reach for the ankle or foot. And that'll get more of an IT band stretch for the top leg as we reach our left arm back. Left shoulder back. Supine twist. Next inhale, bring those knees back to center. And then we'll release the knees over to the other side. Maybe straightening that top leg. Reach back through the right arm, right shoulder. Settle into the twist. We'll take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then inhale back to center. Take those knees in, back to center. One more full breath here. Feel free to lift the head, forehead towards the knees. You could wrap your arms around the shins, give yourself a hug. Inhale there. Exhale, release. Straighten those legs out. Straighten our arms, palms face up. We've made it, our final rest, Shavasana. Just a great way to tie the practice together by being still and just absorbing it. So absorbing the last half hour, our strength, flexibility, breath, gratitude, our presence. Letting it integrate here into the body, mind, spirit. And I encourage you to stay in this stillness for as long as possible. At least another minute if you have the time. I will log us off. It is 9:30. And I just want to express my gratitude for this community. Being able to lead and show up and share this amazing practice with you all. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday. Namaste.